Hi Flosstube, it's Jeannie again, and I am here for my roundup of May 2024. And I don't have too much today. I do have a finish, I have a new start, I have plans, and I have a little bit of haul, but I've mostly been working on the same things consistently, so I don't have a lots of different WIPs to share. So I will start with my finish, and if you have been following me this year, there were 4 different WIPs that I had that I thought I could finish within about 3 months, and so I picked one to do each quarter. And the first quarter of the year, I did finished this Jack Russell pattern, which is a free pattern on the DMC website. And so I finished that, and that will go into part of my plans because I did find a frame for it. But anyway, so that was my my WIP that I wanted to finish from January to March. And then my second WIP that I had chosen to work on for April through June, I finished that already as well, and that was at the expense of something I'm not going to get done on time, which you guys can probably guess what that is if you've been following me. But this was my second goal WIP for the second quarter of the year, and I'm already done with it, which I'm really excited. So let me show it to you. So this is May the Sun by Stony Creek, and it's from a book from the 80s. And this, you guys, might have been one of my oldest WIPs, besides the baby sampler I finished this year. This was when I got back into cross stitching in 2018. This was one of the first things that I started, and I really liked everything about it, even though it was, I think the book that I stitched it out of was from 1988, but I really didn't change a whole lot, and it's part of the Old Irish Blessing, and so I finished all of that. And mostly, I think the last time you saw it, I had a few crosses still to do, and I kept finding as I was back stitching, because this, like any Stony Creek pattern, is really, really heavy on the back stitch. In fact, some of this back stitching is just, I'm not even sure why they did it how they did it, like in here. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. There's all these different little backstitch squares and stuff like that. But I did actually add some backstitch because this blue flower the petals were only backstitched on the top, and once I got that done, I thought it looked unfinished because all the other blue flowers were completely backstitched. But with all that said, I did get it all done, and I'm really happy with the finish. I'm sorry I haven't ironed it yet, but I'm really happy with the finish. I think I said in my last video, the only thing I really kind of wish I would have considered doing is all the backstitch is the same color. It's all 3371. And I do think that kind of makes it look dated, the really stark contrast with the backstitch. So I kind of, if I had thought it through, I kind of wish I would have just chosen a deeper tone in, like chosen a dark blue for the flowers, and maybe a darker green for some of the green, and maybe not quite as dark of a brown for the mushrooms, that sort of thing. But with that said, I had already started, and I think I had done all of this before I thought, oh, that probably would have looked better if I had done not quite so much contrast in the back stitch. But it's what the letters are done with and everything. So, and this is on 14 count lamb's wool Aida, and this is just for me. So, and I am happy with it, and I'm glad it's done. And I think I'm going to try to find, like, I think a 9x9 square frame. Wooden frame would look really nice with this. And but anyway, so that was my my finish. I'm so pleased to have it done, and that I have at least kept up with my beginning of the year plans for my finishes. And since I'm done here at the end of May, today is June 1st actually, but I finished it a couple days ago. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into my stitch that I was planning for July, August, and September. And that one is, I hate to say it won't take me very long, but it's much closer to being done than the other two that I have worked on already this year. So, and I'll show you that in plans. But anyway, so that's my finish. I'm super excited about it. So, and then my other WIP, this is my wedding WIP for my daughter. Her wedding is actually in 3 weeks, and I'm not going to get it done. So, once I figured, well, first of all, it's a very slow goer. It takes a lot of counting. I've had to do a lot of the back stitch to get to other, like you can see here, in the mock-up, there's lots of, like, I've had to back stitch over here, you know, to get to more crosses, and so forth. And it's just going really, really slow. And once I figure, and as I was working on it, you guys, I was trying to rush through it, and I'm just one of those people, if I don't feel like working on something, I may as well not work on it, because then I make mistakes and I don't enjoy it. And you know, this is our hobby. We're supposed to enjoy it. So I am still working on this, but I wasn't doing the big push. I work on it when I feel like it. And so I have made some progress on it. You guys will see some differences from my last video. But like I said, once I figured I wasn't going to get it done in time to get it framed as a wedding gift, then I decided to give myself a break and move on to some other things. So so here's where I am on it. This one I did swap out the fabric for the Ada for a 32 count Picture This Plus Murmur, which is a soft peach, and I love it. I love the way it's looking. But like I said, it just is moving very, very slowly. And so like I said, I decided not to rush it. I want to enjoy it. And let's see if I can get a little bit more of the frame here. But anyway, so I am still working on it. I don't think my daughter will mind, but she doesn't know I'm making it. So I think it'll be okay. I don't mind doing the back stitching. I mean, that was part of my plan, was to kind of back stitch as I go. But like I said, it's just taking me a lot longer than I thought it would. And I want to enjoy the process. So that's still a WIP, which is fine, and it'll be okay. So there's that. Then I had a new start, and my new start is full coverage. This is a kit by RTO, and as you can see, there's morning, day, and evening. And this is morning, and I have started it. A couple things about this kit though. Well, first of all, I can't find day. I have looked on eBay. I have searched the internet. I cannot find day. I have these two, and I really would like to have all three of them. But since it's a full coverage, I decided to just do it on what is it? 18 count Ada, I think it's 18 count Ada, and it's using DMC floss. It'll be 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters when it's done. I love the colors, and this one, for some reason, this kit has just been on my mind. But one of the things I'm finding is that it's the instructions say to do 1/1 full cross on 18 count, and you guys, I'm not loving the coverage. You can see through it. Even though I also don't love 2/2 on 18 count. I guess I like my stitches more fluffy and better coverage, but I knew since it was a kit, I probably wasn't going to have enough floss to do 2/2. Again, it's DMC, but they don't give you the DMC numbers, and I do not have a full set of DMC to be able to match up colors and things like that. So I decided to do it just like the directions say. So this is where I have gotten to so far, and you guys, I have been parking, but I have to say it's frustrating me. I have the first two 10 by 10 squares completed, and you can kind of see, sorry I bumped the camera, but I'm up in the dark colors on the upper left hand corner, and it is, like I said, the coverage isn't my favorite. I have also had to do a ton of frogging, and I don't know why this is on Ada. But the other thing I did is I'm parking a little bit because it's not terribly confetti heavy. I mean, sort of, but not terrible. But I just am like, I don't like to cut little tiny lengths of floss. And so I decided I would start parking, and because I just don't think I'm a parker. First of all, I got off, I was trying to just, stitch in, start with the colors in each square and then stitch them all in, and I was making mistakes and I kept having to frog. And then this last, I was working on this, the third 10 by 10 square here across the top, and I accidentally pierced one of the threads that was parked with my needle when I was doing a different color, and it was just this terrible knot. I had to cut stuff out. I mean, it was awful. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try stitching these few parked ones in as best I can, and then I'm just going to cut short lengths of floss, I think, because I don't know, maybe I'll give it a little bit more time, but not loving it, not loving the frogging and the kind of the mess that parking is. So, and maybe it's because I'm parking to the right rather than down. I don't know, but if you're a parker, let me know what your favorite way to do it, because so far, not loving it. So, anyway, so this one has already been frustrating, but I'm gonna keep plugging away at it because I do really, really like the picture, but, and I've been kind of in the mood to start things. This sort of, brought me back to reality on starting, because like I said, I've had to frog it a few times, and I've had my, messy floss knots and all that kind of stuff. But with all that said, it's a nice kit. It's nice Ada. I love the needle in these RTO kits, and like, of course it's DMC floss, so it's good. I kind of wish it was 2/2, but I'm just going to keep plugging away and see how it comes out in the end. So that is my new start. And then I guess we can move on to plans. This is my next WIP in the series of finishes I'm trying to do for the quarters of this year. And so my next one is to work on Meow. And this is again a Dimensions kit, kind of one of their regular kits. And this one I have swapped out the fabric. It is on a 14 count Ada, but it's Picture This Plus Monster Match, just a scrap that I had, which I thought would look really nice with the green eyes of this cat. So, so this is the one I'm going to try to finish for over the next 3 months. And I think I can do it because you can see I'm probably halfway done, I guess, on this. So, because I'm almost, let's see, yeah, this is the bottom of the pattern, because as you can see, the cat's face is kind of cut off by the hoop. So, so this is really close to the bottom, or maybe one row from the bottom of the pattern. So, and I've been back stitching as I go, so I just need to do the other half of the cat's face. And then it does have the Meow above it, and that's what this kit is called, Meow. I'll probably put it in. But anyway, so that's where I am on that. So that will hopefully be my next finish here in the next 2 to 3 months. Since I am in the wedding zone, it's just, June is going to probably be a lost month. So it might be July and August that I finish the cat, and I'm glad I got the oh gosh, the finish that I just showed you, May the Sun done, since, like I said, June is probably going to be a wash. Again, I showed you this just a minute ago. This is my, my finish last month. And I'm planning to get this framed up for my husband for Father's Day. This little pattern looks so much like the Jack Russell that we had for 17 years. And man, we still miss that dog, and he's been gone for 6 years now, 5 or 6 years. But anyway, but I did find a frame for it. I was hoping to have this framed before I did my next Flosstube, but I didn't want to wait too long. I might try to do it tomorrow, but like I said, I'm doing some wedding crafting too. But I did find this frame at Hobby Lobby, and I had said all along I really wanted to do this in a oval frame with an easel. And so anyway, so I think it's going to look really nice in here. I did buy a square frame too, but it was a 5x7 frame, or excuse me, a 4x6, and the stitch did fit in it, but it didn't show very much of the fabric, and I think the fabric is so pretty. This is Picture This Plus Wake, so a nice slightly mottled medium blue, but I think the color is really good, and I think it's gonna look, I can kind of put it in here, I think it's gonna just be perfect in here, and you're still gonna be able to see a lot of the fabric. So so anyway, so that is in my plans as well, is to get this little Jack Russell frame book before Father's Day. So I need to get on it, but I didn't, like I said, didn't want to wait another week or so to do the Flosstube, because with all the, excuse me, wedding details that we have, I was afraid I wouldn't get to it. So anyway, and I have just a teeny tiny bit of haul. I did get my fabric of the month from Brandy at Bestitch Me. This is called Gray Magic. I get the 32 count quarter yard of Lugana, and so it's a really pretty mottled gray, kind of almost a blue gray, if you will. So hopefully you can see that. I can take it out so you can get a better look at it. Sorry for the crinkling. People either love or hate the crinkling. Let's see if I can get this out of here. So, and this is, I'm in the club that you get, it's the mixed club, or you get a neutral every other month and then a color every other month. And so, like I said, it's kind of a blue gray, or almost a purpley gray. But it's pretty nice neutral. So this was clearly a neutral month. So, so that was my fabric of the month from Bestitch Me. And then I think I said in my last video when I was showing you the Hobby Jobby kits that I did go ahead and purchase a couple more of the ones that were on my mind. These were, it was kind of one of those things where this was, these were about $15, and then they went on like super special to where it was down under $10. And I had bought this one right before they got really cheap. So, so I think I paid about $15 for this one too. And this one is similar to the other one, which was the bunny with the teddy bear. But I just thought that was really cute and would make a really cute baby sampler. And then I did, when they went on super sale, this one had been closer to $20, and when they went on super sale, this went down to about $12. And this looks kind of like my grandbaby, although I'm gonna have to change her eye color, because this little girl has green eyes and she has really big blue eyes. So I'll probably go ahead and try to do a conversion to blue eyes on this gal, this little one, when I get to this kit. But these are really nice kits. They are actually Luca S kits with, I think it's Luca S Floss, but Zweigart Ada, and I will probably swap out the Ada, but haven't decided yet. But that is my little bitty bit of haul. And I think, you guys, that's it for me. I didn't, like I said, I spent most of my time either working on the wedding stitch, struggling, making myself work on the wedding stitch, trying to finish up my quarterly piece, and then, fighting with my new start. So that has kind of summed up my last month or so. So I hope you're doing well. That's it for me, and I will see you all at the end of June, or most likely it might be early July, with all of our wedding and company that we'll be having toward the middle and the end of this month. So have a good one, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.